What's up, guys? Back in today with more Jujutsu Kaisen, this time with Culling Games Part 11, Episode 11. That was an amazing episode last week, honestly. Maybe my favourite episode of the season so far. There's been a few really good ones with Higuruma and Maki, of course, but I really enjoyed last week. I love the creativity behind the receipt guy, where they're actually, I didn't realise, to be honest with you, I guess I missed that he's actually one of the ancient sorcerers, which I wouldn't have expected, and it's actually more to do with like the contract side of things rather than like the literal receipts, but they do work. But yeah, it was a fantastic one. I love the ingenuity and just the lack of description towards the abilities and such. I think that really aided the episode and how good it was. But yeah, loved it. Been a great episode. Been a great day, should I say? episode. Been a great day for anime, to be honest with you. With JoJo starting out and the episode I just watched of Invisible, soon to be Invisible wife. That was incredible as well. So yeah, what a day this is, man. And yeah, we're about to see Megumi's domain expansion or a version of it. So that's one of the simple one. Okay. Oh shit. So we did hear about this. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but we heard about older sorcerers. They didn't really care as much for these one-shot kill domains. It was much easier to have a domain if you didn't focus on the fact that it would be like a guaranteed hit and a guaranteed kill. I'm not sure if that was last week or the week before, but we did get a whole description about that, didn't we? So yeah, if we're going to be confronted with one of these older sorcerers, we should probably have in the back of our heads that they've probably got a domain, and it's probably not quite as, maybe not quite as scary as the wrong way of wording it, but not quite as maybe you don't have to worry about getting one shot. You got to worry about what it, like how it's kind of engineered to maybe stop, in this case, stop another domain. Did she say it like nullifies the effects of a domain? The simple domain. Neutralize a domain. That was pretty damn handy. Apologies, guys. It's quite hard to. I had a comment the other week about someone being annoyed that I missed the subtitle, one of the subtitles, and it's hard. It's hard, especially on first watch, to keep up with the action. Like I hardly saw any of the action there. I'm just trying to pay attention to the subtitles. So you know what? I think I'm going to actually read through this quickly, then go back and watch. Apologies, you can just skip ahead if you'd like. So when I watch, if you here for that, but yeah, a lot of dialogue. As I said, that's one of the reasons I really liked last week. There wasn't much dialogue. And don't get me wrong, I like the dialogue in this show. I like these complex abilities and working them out and stuff. But I much prefer the kind of show don't tell, whereas this is like a heavy description, which again I don't mind. It's like they're two different things. I don't mind it, but it is like it's hard to pay attention to both at the same time. I imagine for manga readers it's probably a bit better because you can probably just like watch and then just like glance at the bottom like, oh yeah, I read that already. So what is going on here exactly? He's meant to be nullifying his domain expansion. However, it only counters the barrier that the sorcerer conjures. So in this instance, Megumi's actually using his curse technique within the domain, rather than the domain being a kind of manifestation of his curse technique going for the one-shot kill. Because Megumi's domain expansion isn't complete yet, he's kind of adapting it to maybe an older style, more traditional style, where it's not like a one shot, one hit kill type thing. I don't know. As I said, I'll sort the timer out when I go back and like fully watch. And intentionally left out the curse techniques. The domain amplification used by Jogo and Hanami in Shibuya utilized a domain capable of harboring a guaranteed hit and a guaranteed kill technique, and intentionally left out their cursed techniques to leave space for Gojo's cursed technique to flow into. However, Hollow Wicker Basket and Simple Domain aren't capable of neutralizing the cursed technique. They work by neutralizing a barrier imbued with the cursed technique. Do you know what? Fuck it. It's like, yeah, fuck it. We'll just go back and watch. Sorry, guys. Again, is it already 4 minutes in? For God's sake. Sorry, guys. It's just too much. Like, this works in manga form. This doesn't translate over to anime the best, in my opinion. Like I said, episodes like last week do. They translate over very nicely and smoothly. So yeah, forgive me if I miss anything. Essentially, his technique's not working. We'll simplify it. BDSM down here, bloody hell. Chimera Shadow Garden. That's the word. Don't be bringing up that word. So it just slightly amplifies his abilities. Essentially, it's not really that crazy. Love the music, by the way. That's so me. To spoil that is so me. I like this guy. I do like this guy. It's quite pompous, but in quite a fun way. Yeah, we saw that knife earlier, didn't we? Okay. Stupid. I thought that was pretty smart. Pretty smart way of dealing with this. Oh shit. Go on, elephant. Oh, what? You caught that thing? Okay. Again, like, they almost over explain it sometimes, I will say. I mean, they need to go into detail for the people that like the detail, but essentially, his technique is. It's not a reverse technique per se, but I guess you. If a reverse technique wasn't a thing in the show, you could call that a bit of a reverse technique of a domain in a way. Essentially, it doesn't work against Megamise because it's not formatted the same as what he expects it to go up against in some way. Again, it can be a bit more specific, but that's essentially what's going on. And it looks like he's worked out Megamise domain pretty damn swiftly. Not that it helped him at the end there, but he adapted that really well, I'd say. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I know he's like an ancient sorcerer and an expert and so on, but I'd just be pretty like overwhelmed. What about you? But yeah, this domain, it doesn't sound all that crazy. And it doesn't sound it when you explain it either, but when you actually like see it in action, that all being a shadow. As well, his shadow, as well as amplifying his power. Like, yeah, it's pretty damn good. Again, it's probably one of the, if you were to like rank on a list of like strongest domains in the series, it probably wouldn't rank very high, but for Megami, it's pretty good. Like on the surface, it's not like the best thing ever. Yeah, that was one heavy motherfucker. Well, I don't think the heal was too bad there, but that doesn't bode well for him, I don't think. He'll just be stuck in his shadow forever. Yeah, even after he's dead. Good question. Just black darkness. Oh, yeah, fuck that. Okay, what's the trump card then? Recreation. Trump card recreation. So what on earth? Wait, did his leg give way before we found out? No. No. Nothing. And that's just going to be the rest of your life. This is the rest of your life. Oh, I guess he just dies. That's a shame. I want to know what that was. What was it? I mean, good for our boy Megami, but what was that? What did he say here? Contractual recreation. Is that like a contract to reform another contract? Contractual recreation. I can't really fathom that, to be honest with you. Any of you guys got any ideas, please let me know. Contractual recreation. Is that to recreate a contract? Is it a contract to recreate something else? Like, I don't know. Am I being stupid? Contractual recreation. It's a shame. I'd love to see that. And unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever find out what that. Well, I won't. I won't find out what that ever is. Shit him out. Honestly, I kind of hope you fail, Megami, so we can see what he had up his sleeve. Oh, what's that? That's the car. Oh crap, he made it out of there. Well worth it. Because now he's got the elephant to deal with. Okay, here we go. Here we go. What is it, bro? I was scared for a minute there. That was a house. Holy crap. Bro, the whole house down on him. Again, the soundtrack lately has been awesome. So much better than the start of the season. Was that just a dream? Wait, what happened? Was that just a dream, bro? Oh no, this is real water. Wow. What the hell? We actually fell through into the swimming pool. Why is that still attached to him? What are they attached with? Better than the alternative, to be fair. I don't think we'd want to see the alternative. God, what a fight this has been. Like, these two are actually like incredibly, like, maybe not well suited, but like incredibly close, seemingly anyway, in terms of like their power levels and like how strong they are. Oh, I was just throwing hands. Let's go. Oh, and the dog took a chunk out of him. She got swiped, bro. Playing dirty, Megami. You should have finished that man to man. Playing dirty, bro. But yeah, that was a hell of a fight. That was. Kick Yeah, true. Not your usual. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, that's nice of you. Didn't have to do that. Respect. It's my receipt. There you go. You get my 41 points. But that guy is a lot cooler than he looked. Again, he's a bit pompous, but like, I liked him. I liked him. And again, incredible fight. As I said in the intro, I feel like, again, I know they wanted to explain those things, but do you guys not think, I mean, you probably won't agree with me, but like, they didn't need to explain that stuff. We kind of saw it play out. Like, yes, it's helpful that they explained it in detail, and it'll probably help for like future occasions and such. I think that's what they're most worried about, how these things kind of, like the continuity side of things. But honestly, I think we could have just done without any of the commentary / narration, and it would have been better. I thought, because it just made it a bit harder to concentrate. Okay, finally going to catch up with these two. Burn his hair. I'm not even sure this guy's got a technique. The points. Yeah. Might as well. Might as well. Comedian. That's pretty fucking cool. Charles, shut up. No way. I don't believe that. I mean, it kind of reminds me a bit of like Arthur in Fire Force, I guess. Like the more deluded he is, like the more powerful he gets. So the more funny this guy thinks an idea is, the more powerful it is, up to a scale of Gojo. Like what could he think could be that funny? But unfortunately, I'm not sure we'll ever know, considering Gojo's status. But okay. So I guess we kind of saw that a bit last week with some of the jokes that played out at the start, and then the actions he performed afterwards, like the flying kick, that came from that bad joke. Like so that bad joke kind of powered him up for that, I guess. Pretty damn cool ability, and again, it seems pretty crazy scale wise. Like to say that is no like that's no small feat. That's another really creative and cool ability, a bit like Mr. Receipts that I'm pretty much guaranteed to like there. So he thinks you dying is funny, so you just die. But he doesn't know about it. Okay. It would be scary if he did. Actually, would it? Would that actually help him to know about that? I almost think it would be a hindrance. Because then you start trying to make things funny, and things might become less funny because you're trying to make them funny. So I actually think it's a bit of a positive that he doesn't know about that. Start forcing things a little bit, maybe. Like, oh, I'm gonna force myself to think it's funny. That can you imagine the Joker with that ability? Holy crap, the possibilities, bro. Hey, you weren't awfully cute last week. You looked horrid. But yeah, that's a really awesome ability. Like I said, very creative, and I love those types of abilities. Like very open-ended, easily explained. Just leave us with that. So I did see they kind of mistranslated some of his dialogues last time. It's a shame. With this girl especially. Guardian Angel. That was that. What is that thing over there? Oh, there's two of them. What the hell? Oh, they're just giant cursed piggies. I won't bother sorting out of time. I've only got a minute left. A minute or two. 91 points. They funnel it through his hair. So we see all these people in the opening. She can manipulate the sky. Hey, that's just a cockroach. Yeah, it actually is. It actually is. Just to say that is just a cockroach, bro. No, yeah, it is. Look, we've got a few hands as well. Kulo Urushi. Okiburi. Handsome, isn't he? Now, how did it get 54 points then? They're in a stalemate. Okotsu, nice. Smoked his ass. Literally one-shotted him. Literally one-shot of that. We just built these guys up and they just got one-shotted. They like doing that in this show. Do you guys remember season 1? I remember loving the jellyfish dude. I forget his name now, but I remember loving that guy and the story behind him. And it's just like, oh, he's dead. And then you kind of see how this series is going to go from then on, don't you? Ain't nobody safe. For better or for worse, I think that's really good in regards to like that feeling of, as I said, like your favorite character's not safe, nobody's safe. Like that's really good with that, but it almost becomes a bit predictable in that same way as well, where you're like, oh, this guy's really cool, he's gonna die. Can't really happen to me. My favorite character's already dead. So yeah, Mahito. But yeah, pretty awesome episode today. Like I said, a bit over-explained some things at the start. And again, I can understand people might get a bit annoyed at me saying over-explained, but you could visually figure out what they said. Not in as much detail, of course, but yeah, I mean, let us work it out. They were just straight into the explanations in this episode. Is he going to take on all of them next week? What the hell? So I'm going to get all 400 by myself as a bit of a challenge. Well, to be fair, Megumi's already got quite a lot himself, so... Is he going to be taking on all of these guys by himself next week? What the hell? Sensei, I won't let you be interesting. Sendai Colony. Okay, well, next week looks like it's going to be an absolute bang as well. But yeah, pretty good episode today. Like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the intro. Yeah, I've already voiced my opinions on it. But other than that, looked really good. Some interesting things going on here with Megumi's domain expansion being an extension of his shadow that's kind of amplified. But yeah, I really like this guy. Reggie, I think his name was. I feel like he's one of those people that if I met him in real life, I probably wouldn't like very much. It probably would feel a bit like condescending and fancy and like, yeah. But I really enjoyed him. It was a nice personality to have around. Fun. I'm glad we got to see that ability of his as well. That would have been a massive shame. It wasn't anything like major though. To be fair, it wasn't as kind of crazy as I thought. The hands at the end of the fight were really nice as well. Just literally just hand-to-hand combat. That was maybe some of the best part of this fight. Like visually, I thought that the coordination there was incredible. On that point, the music, which I've been speaking about for a few weeks now, I remember not enjoying the music at all at the start of the season. It felt very out of place. And it's just like done an absolute 180 where the music in these last few episodes has been absolutely fucking amazing. I got to look up some of these soundtracks that they've used, and especially towards the start of the episode, I thought they're incredible. But yeah, nice little bit of setup at the end here as well. Learn a bit more about this Takaba's technique. I think I was actually spot on with what I said about that, to be honest with you, about the fact that him not knowing about it is better. Maybe he's the type of person where that wouldn't affect him, but if you found out that you had that ability, that would surely affect your usage of it, wouldn't it? And it'd be one of those things where you're like, oh, you try to forget you found out about it, but you just like subconsciously couldn't. But I mean, apparently it rivals Gojo. Can you imagine him taking on a Kotsu at some point? That would be pretty fun to see. But I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of this guy, because, as I said, it's maybe even more creative than this Reggie's ability. And I love these kind of, like, again, open abilities that they can explain with 2 sentences, and a thousand things can happen. I much prefer those style of things than, again, the kind of detailed explanation while the action's going on, where it's hard to kind of pay attention to. Again, I can understand if you're a manga reader, it's probably a lot easier for you guys, but it's just from my perspective. I can only speak from my perspective. But yeah, nice bit of setup here. Looking forward to seeing a Kotsu in action next week. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode, though, down in the comments. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this one, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And I'll catch you guys next time with the season finale, I believe.